of ideas that we came up with as a group. This was not one person sort of thinking through this, but thinking about potential ramifications as a kind of dialogue. One of the things that's been notable is that even though Governor Kasich has included the language charter university in the budget, there has been no sort of definition or extended discussion of what a charter university would be. So between a kind of volley of emails between John McNay, myself, Stan Porkin, and Andrea Kornbluh, we thought, let's see if we can extrapolate what some of the potential ramifications for a charter university would be if the UC campus became a charter university, based on what we know about charter schools. This is not projecting extremely well. Can you read it? I'll pass these around too. But just some of the potential ramifications: increased tuition, selective admission standards, so no longer having open access universities, or the democratization of university education through a publicly funded public university. So again, it's what Stan identified as the defunding of the public sector, and particularly in relationship to education. But it could also potentially mean limited regions and state oversight of the university. Could also potentially mean no fair share or fair trade initiatives. Could potentially mean the elimination of tenure for faculty, but it would certainly mean increased job insecurity for faculty and staff. We also extrapolate that it would potentially mean decreased competition and bidding of university contracts, but also potentially unilateral imposition or revocation of administrative aim. So for example, elimination of tuition remission as a benefit that's conferred to faculty and staff at the University of Cincinnati, but also unilateral imposition of construction projects, capital building campaigns, and other things that would be presidential or provostial initiatives. Could also potentially mean, and we think that it would mean, the elimination of prevailing wage requirements, as well as affirmative action requirements, and transparency in terms of how decisions are made and implemented at the university. But also, obviously, potential for cronyism and corruption to develop without state oversight. Of course, come to think of it, that has always been part of the problem anyway. But also, potentially the devaluing of degrees as we move toward 3-year bachelor programs, but also online consumer-based programs that reach out to the maximum number of consumers. So potentially the University of Phoenix could become a model for higher education through the charter university concept. Andrea also, I think quite provocatively, isolated a passage from UC 2019, which is President Greg Williams' revision of UC 21, which was Zimfer's educational initiative, and identified language in UC 2019 that seems already rhetorically to move us toward the concept of a charter university. So the language speaks of an epicenter of business, an intellectual chamber of commerce, and the specific passage is from page 7 of the UC's academic master plan, which is available online, but I also have a paper copy if you want to pass around. And just read this paragraph. Quote, "We should capitalize on these connections and bring external experts from business, industry, other universities to campus for extended academic experiences benefiting both faculty and students. We ought to begin thinking of UC as both within and beyond its boundaries, as bringing the best through Cincinnati as an epicenter for business as well as academics, something like an intellectual chamber of commerce," end quote. So we feel in some ways that the language of UC 2019 already rhetorically opens up the possibility of the charter university as a concept and as something that could be actualizable on this campus. I'll end there, but I just want to open up now as a kind of forum or discussion and exchange of some of the ideas that we've talked about so far.